we've been talking about this part since early in the morning. Now it's time for you to work, sorry. Hope you had a nice lunch. You're good to go. Do you want to do some push-ups, jogging around, some exercising? No? Okay, afterwards, 4 o'clock, no cocktails, exercising. Good. So, we're stepping into the workshop and real practicing what we've learned in the morning. Just before that, because I had a couple of discussions, a few words about us. As we joke with my colleagues, we wear like 5 or 6 hats. But in this particular workshop, my hat is Innovation Management Academy. This is our brand of the partner in the project, Knowledge, Innovation and Strategies Management Club, KISMC, the short version. So Innovation Management Academy is our brand for innovation management, services, trainings, consultings for companies and educational institutions. And in the next 2 hours, we will go quickly through the process that Massimo showed, because IXL Center is our strategic partner, and Sofia on his map, on the slide, is basically us. We work also with the Global Innovation Management Institute in terms of certifying professionals in innovation management. So me and Massimo will be running the workshop, we'll be mentoring the teams. In a few words, you will be split into teams and we will be all working on the challenge of how to turn and develop further Sofia as a smart city. To begin with, Massimo will provide a little more details regarding the toolkit and the methodology that he showed briefly before the lunch break. So, more or less you saw the process and the steps of the accelerator. So now you can feel like one of those 500 successful innovating companies, and he will show us the details. Afterwards, we will see a little information of how this toolkit, this methodology really worked, a best practice by Mr. Ruslan Papazian, who is our strategic partner within the Innovation Management Academy. He will share his insights of how these tools work in reality for business. And then we step into the topic of smart city, then we work and we'll have fun. It's a good plan for you, or yes? Or we go out? No, okay, we stay here. Thank you. So Massimo, the floor is yours.
So maybe we should go directly to the drinks target. Bulgarian wine. No, do you hear me? No. Thanks, Adi. So, welcome back. Great to be here. We spoke about our good friend Steve Jobs connect the dots, right? And that's also something that made us think. You need to collect dots and connect dots to make innovation real. This morning also the word business model canvas was indicated, and very likely we're going to publish with Wiley and Sons the next steps of the business model canvas, which is a book called Connect the Dots. Opala. And now this doesn't work on, just 1 second. So, very quickly before I tell you about the Eureka process, one part of our SME acceleration project, the ideation part, that you are going to apply today with the business opportunity map. We spoke about successful ideas. And understanding what a successful idea is was one of the things that took a lot of time. And we thought a lot, but what the hell do good ideas have in common? So analyzing a couple of hundreds of innovation successes and failures, we understand that successful ideas have always in common four, or many times in common, four traits. First, they are aligned to growing or sustaining trends. Second, what we said today, design thinking. They meet a basic human need. Third, they have simple and proven business models. I have to make life of those who want to buy my products a good experience. I must make it easy to find me and to buy me. And then obviously nowadays everything can be copied. We saw that successful ideas innovate simultaneously at least two elements of the value chain. So I heard that just in one Chinese city, 11, I think, fake Apple stores were found, but it's not a place where you find just iPhone, iPad, blah, 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 blah. Fine, but the outlet was exactly the same as the one you can find in New York or Vienna or Milan now or whatever. But the people working in there thought they would work for the Cupertino headquarters of Apple in San Francisco. So everything was copied perfectly. So if you innovate at least two elements of your value chain simultaneously, you make life of those who want to copy you more difficult. A very, very, very quick question to Antonia, because otherwise Antonia sleeps. Antonia, you are too young maybe. Do you remember Kodak? Okay. Can you tell me where Kodak screwed up in these four elements? Kodak died, Kodak film. What didn't they understand? What did they do wrong? Okay. Technology, they were the first to understand that technology was coming. They said the cameras at 1.5 megapixel back in the days, they said technology is not going to come. Technology came and hit hard. How were the business models? Buying a film, putting it, going to the photographer, develop it. Disaster. And what is the need of someone who wants to take a picture? Quick and easy. Capture a moment. It was not having a perfect going around with such a big gun and take a picture. They screwed up and they were so arrogant that they didn't want to adapt their company to their products, but the products to their company, so they screwed. And we have many cases of this.
They were killed by the smartphones.
They were killed, didn't understand, and they were killed, yes, but riposa in pace, they are gone. Yeah, exactly, they were the first having patents in digital. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a lot, yeah. Yeah, exactly. And this is going to happen the next years. We see a global disruption coming up. The Time magazine says that 50% of the S&P 500 companies are not going to be here in year 2030. I don't know if this is just a bad picture, but let's see what happens. But so we spoke about design thinking this morning and so on and so forth. But why do we start with big ideas and very frequently we end with smaller results, or we kill ideas who had really potential? It's because innovation is not linear, it's ambiguous, it's, in Italy we say, and the professor from Italy, we say it un casino. That means it's ambiguous, it's difficult, it's stressing and so on. And how do you get around these obstacles? And that's something what we want also to do with all activities we do through two things: cooperation of different mindset, different personalities, different companies, different mindset, where you get more and better dots. But once you created all these hype, these sparks, this energy and so on, also through design thinking, you have to put this power on the ground. That means that you need also an well-structured, creative problem-solving approach. And today we are going to use the one we developed at IXL Center, which is called Eureka, and specifically one tool that allows to collect and connect dots. The process is the following. I'm going to explain it very, very quickly. The process is very similar to design thinking: diverge, converge. But before doing that, you need to set up, to understand what the problem is. Sorry if I know, you can see. To understand what the problem is exactly, as I don't remember who said this morning about the problem, exactly you have to identify. So we defined a setup process where with a couple of questions and based on 3 pillars we align minds and hearts on 3 elements. Where does the pressure to innovate come from? What is the innovation portfolio? And then what is the growth gap? What happens if we do not innovate? The last one is more, as we don't have a crystal ball, to create passion, to think and act in new ways. Then we have the diverge process, and the business opportunity map is the one you will see, where we help to collect dots in 3 dimensions. We help to collect dots about market, what are the customer needs and desires, present and future, about the characteristics of the problem, your products/services and competition and experiences, about delivery channels and marketing opportunities, about production capabilities, assets and technologies, and business models. Regarding technology, we spoke about digital. Why aren't companies getting all the results from digital? Because digital is just one of the dots you need to collect, and you have to place it in your business models into concepts. Let me go back. So what you're going to do today in teams, you're going to populate the business opportunity maps, populating data in these 5 fields about the present, Sofia, a smart city as it is today, what the trends are, how it will be in the future, and then you're going to, once you have this cosmos of dots, you can start connecting them. These customer need or desire, present or future, can be met with this product or service, distributed or promoted in this way, manufactured in this way, supported by this business model. That means partner and pricing strategy in this case is not going to be relevant. So you understand that you create concepts, not just a product idea, you create a concept that you can then prioritize, understand, and then what we're not going to do today, once you have your options, you can then, on the basis of metrics, define which is best, and then deep down, or dig deeper, and out of the best field of play, you can create a business concept, and then a business case, mini business plan, implementation plan. So from diverging to converging. That's what we say, what we intend to structure and discipline to accelerate the results of innovation. So this was very quickly the process. Milena is going to explain you now how we are going to work. Milena, was it
yes.
Any questions, or are we going to take questions later? You are the boss.
No. Do you have any questions now related to the methodology? to be used. No, maybe later when we go. Just a few words to make the connection with empathy and design thinking that we've been talking about all morning. I already mentioned we have the business opportunity map here as a canvas, so you can see it. If somebody can just assist me, please. Here you can use it during the process. What we are doing is we're basically going through 2 of the 5 steps of design thinking, which is empathize with our customers, define who the customer is, and ideate and collaborate. So ideation, collaboration, and empathy is what we are doing now. These are the fields that you're going to fill within your group.